In the last lecture, we have seen the air conditioning and with respect to their performance in the different orientation and different parameters. So in this chapter, we're actually looking for the psychometry and previous chapter, which is related to the your refrigeration system. And in this chapter, we are going to see the air conditioning. The air condition which you have at your house. It basically used to maintain the atmospheric condition where it is suited for the human body. So in particular condition, you need the temperature at certain below the atmospheric temperature, and in some time you need to maintain that temperature above the atmospheric temperature. So in that condition, this kind of device you have used, and this kind of device is also refer for the other to maintain the air quality. We are very well aware that these days the air pollution is getting high day by day, and to reduce the harmful content from the air which we are breathing each and every day, if you transfer this air through this device, it will somewhat reduce that pollutant content, and the particular matter kind of thing get separated out of that air. And when this air is get purified, then this air is it the quality of that air is going to improve, and it will be suitable for your breathing, as well as it will provide the combination of the humidity plus the air. So in that way, the comfortability of your body uh, with respect to the surrounding atmosphere is getting improved. So in this chapter, we actually see only the how the behavior with respect to the different condition it is that AC is going to perform, and here in this with this device, we are going to control a few parameter, in which the first parameter we are going to control is the temperature. As we know that temperature is the most important point of it, and second point is the humidity, because humidity is also important in this condition due to the humidity, the concentration of the water content inside that air is also very much important. On the basis of that, the sweating phenomenon is depend very much. Third is the velocity. You are very well aware that the velocity should be maintained at certain level. If the velocity of air which is circulated around you is going to be higher, then the possibility of breathing that air is getting difficulties in that. And if so, it should be maintained at the optimum level. So it should not be uh, slow, so it will not reach each and every point, and it should not be too high in such a manner that it will create more sound out of it due to the surrounding objects on hitting into the different corners. And the third meta, the remaining the last parameter which we're going to maintain is the purity and the pollution free air. So in that portion, the particular matter, the dust from the foreign particle, which are coming inside the this device, which is get separated out of it, and it will reduce. So the air which is transferred to the closed space where we are operating this device is going to be um, purify that air, and also maintain the pollution level inside that air whichever we are circulating. And the air in the air which we are passing through it, basically it has two thing in it. First is the dry air, and second is the water vapor. And uh, that combination of these two form is called as the moist air. And moist air in which the dry air content will remain same. In this chapter, we are going to denote in the form of mass of air, uh, that is nothing but Ma, and the water vapor, which is contained inside that moist air, which will be the variable part, because this water content part is vary with respect to the temperature, which that air hold. If the temperature of that condition is going to increase, then the water vapor in that it get reduced. And so uh, in this chapter, we are going to denote in the form of m into v. So these are the basic formula. There are many basic concept, which is the phenomenon is depend behind of this, and uh, I'm only covering the basic concept, which is related to the gate only, and which will be very helpful for to understood the concept, and as well as to it will help you to solve the example. So in that manner, I'm not going to cover the whole theory behind this, but only the required theory which were used to solve the problem. So uh, from this behavior, we have to find some parameter. On the basis of this parameter, we are going to judge that air, or just that device, whether it is good or bad, at what condition it should be provide what. So for that, we have to find out some mathematical formulas. So on the basis of that, we are going to judge that quality of that device. uh, and the first the parameter, we are going to find out the specific humidity. The specific is nothing but whenever you divide something with respect to mass, and with respect to that mass, then the quantity which were present inside that, it become the specific. And humidity means nothing but the content of water inside that the specific mass you have taken for the granted. And yeah, the formula is turn out to be the mass of vapor divided mass of air. Air is nothing but the combination of the mass of dry air plus mass of the vapor. So out of it, it's similar to your the liquid fraction. In liquid fraction, as we see in the previous chapter, which is nothing but the mass of the liquid uh, inside the complete inside that steam. And here we have replaced that steam in the form of air. So with respect to air, how much quantity of the water vapor is present inside that content is nothing but the specific humidity of that air. So that can be calculated with respect to this formula. And if you this air is also we have denoted as the ideal gas. So it the PV is equal to MRT equation also applicable to this. If you put that equation in the formula, that mv divided by ma, so it will turn out to be 0.622 pv divided by pt minus pv. And in this formula, pv is nothing but the pressure at vapor pressure of that water. And the PT, which is denoted as the total pressure of the air. So, what is the total pressure of that air? Which is nothing but the pressure of a combination of the air pressure plus the vapor pressure. And vapor pressure is it can be denoted as the when for the example, if you take a closed space, closed box in which you have poured the a half of it water. And once you start the heating that box, and after heating that box, the some amount of molecule of that water get evaporated. And once again it start applying the pressure to the water surface, because it is closed space. So that pressure is called as the vapor pressure. And as the temperature increases, the vapor pressure is going to also going to be increased. And uh, with respect to this formula, you can find out the specific humidity. And specific humidity is the function of the saturate vapor pressure. And the unit of this specific humidity is going to be the kg of vapor divided by kg of dry air. And unless and until you're exchanging the mass with respect to the content, if the 2 kg of air is you're passing through the any chamber, and until you are not passing any adding any additional mass of the air inside it, the value of specific humidity is not going to be changed. uh, this is the first parameter. Now we are going to the second parameter, which were used to find out. And the second parameter is the relative humidity. And relative, the word is also, you have to understood that relative is nothing but you are comparing with something. And here the humidity word shows that we are comparing the humidity of with respect to the humidity of something else. So it is denoted by phi, and the specific humidity was denoted by the small w. Here phi is denoted the percentage of the moist vapor. Mass of the vapor is present inside the saturated vapor. So here the phi can be calculated with respect, which can be calculated by mass of vapor divided by the mass of saturated vapor, equal to also with respect to mass. And the air is also the form of the ideal gas. So ideal gas equation is applicable to this device. So instead of mass, you can compare the different parameter. Mass is directly proportional to the pressure. So the mass, instead of mass, you can calculate this relative humidity with respect to pressure, which is nothing but that saturation the vapor pressure divided by the saturation vapor pressure. Also, if the pressure, if we have taken the pressure from the ideal gas law, and in which the pressure is inversely proportional once again to the volume. So we can calculate with respect to volume as well. So this is how the second parameter we are going to find out. Now we are moving toward the temperature, because temperature is the most important phenomenon in this controlling device. So in this condition, first they were checked with a tribal temperature. And tribal temperature is nothing but what the temperature is present at atmosphere. And it's also called as a normal temperature pressure, where if you put your thermometer inside the atmosphere, and the temperature you are getting at the thermometer, which is nothing but the tribal temperature. So there you are not doing any other the additional thing to measure that temperature. And the second temperature is called the wet bulb temperature. In To calculate this wet bulb temperature, what we do, we put the wet cotton at the mercury bulb, which is present at the thermometer lower end. So once we cover with it, and we rotate at certain rpm. So in that condition, it start evaporating, and the cooling effect were generated at that bulb due to the evaporation process. In that process, uh, the temperature whichever is getting from that thermometer, which is nothing but the wet bulb temperature. So this is the second temperature we have getting from that. First is the dry bulb temperature, second is the wet bulb temperature, and third is the dew point temperature. The dew point temperature is nothing but the temperature at which this air, the water vapor which is present at the air, get condensed, will start condensing. As we seen. if you keep the cold water glass or the Pepsi you buy from the you are just taking out of the refrigerator, if you put in the surrounding, in that condition the small droplet of the water get collected on the outer surface of that bottle. So what happen is that the temperature of that water glass at the outer surface, it is going to be below the dew point temperature. And once the temperature is went to the below the drybell temperature, the dew point temperature, then the vapor which is present at the air, which is get condensed inside that the in on the that water bottle or something, whatever you are taking just out. So these kind of the three temperature we are completely we are in continuously looking at to find out the different condition uh, for the air. Basically this uh, air which has a two form. First form which hold the water, and second form which we are which form is not which is not able to uh, hold the water content. It's like first the unsaturated air. Unsaturated air is nothing but you can increase the water level inside that water, inside that air. And in unsaturated condition is the condition where you cannot add more water into that air. So in that condition, what will be the effect of this what how does this condition going to affect on this temperature? So in unsaturated condition, the condition in which is not allow the water, which is allow the unable water to pass into the air. So in that condition, the drybell temperature is at higher temperature comparative to wet bulb temperature, and the lowest temperature is the drybell temperature. But if you move to the saturated air condition where you cannot add more water vapor into that air, so in that condition these three temperature which will be the remain same. For an example, if the diurnal temperature in the saturation condition is 20, then the wet bulb temperature and the dew point temperature will be the same for the saturated air condition. This condition I have drawn on the this TS diagram for that dome. So it can be written in the same the fashion which you can see on the PDF. So this is how this temperature is going to relate with respect to the phenomenon, this the condition of the air. Now we move to the second parameter we are going to find out is the enthalpy of that air. And to find out the enthalpy of air, we are known that air is nothing but the combination of the water vapor plus the dry air. So we have to find out the enthalpy for the that two content to find out the enthalpy of the air. So first we are looking for the enthalpy of water vapor. Uh, in that condition, the temperature where at we are going to find out is the 0 degree Celsius. As a reference point, we have taken for to find out the enthalpy of a water vapor, and uh, which can be taken as the latent heat of the water vapor plus the change in volume. Uh, cha- uh, uh, so change in enthalpy of that water vapor. So HV, that is nothing but the water enthalpy of the water vapor, which will be equal to C, equal to 2500 plus 1.88 T. And what does it means? The latent heat in the at the 0 degree Celsius, which were taken as the 2500, uh, and the enthalpy will get added into it, which is nothing but the specific heat of that water vapor at constant pressure and the temperature variation. T is nothing but the temperature, and the value which is 1.88, which is nothing but the specific heat of that water vapor. And uh, the temperature T is denoted, which is taken in this formula as a the in the degree Celsius format. Now we move to the enthalpy for the air, specific enthalpy of a dry air, uh, which is also be calculated at 0 degrees Celsius. And the enthalpy for this is can be calculated as the CPA into T. CPA is nothing but the specific heat of air, and T is the temperature. And in the both condition, the temperature we are taking in the form of the degree Celsius. So now we are ready to find out the enthalpy of the moist air, which is the combination of the air plus the water vapor. So if you draw this formula, if you put the above value into it, which is going to be H equal to HA plus the specific heat of uh, that water content, and which is multiplied with the specific the enthalpy of the water vapor. Enthalpy is the function for the temperature in the ideal condition. So here the enthalpy, that formula is turned out to be CPA into T plus the specific humidity equal to 2500 plus 1.88 into T. With respect to this, we can find out the enthalpy at a particular location. And if in this formula, you should keep in mind that temperature it is in the degree Celsius. And if you find out the heat removed from the or heat added into this process, which can be calculated by Ma, which is nothing but the mass of air into H1 minus H2, which is enthalpy at the first condition and enthalpy at the second condition. If the temperature is going to be same, the enthalpy will be remain same for this condition. uh, if you if in some condition they were used to take they were given condition that the air is going to pass from the pipe at the section first to say second section. But while flowing through this pipe, the temperature remains constant, in which condition the enthalpy at the first section and the enthalpy at the second section for the both condition will be the same. And another formula is for the find out the uh, capacity of dehumidification, the amount of dehumidification were taking place. So which can be calculated with respect to Ma into difference between the specific humidity of that two station. So similar example we are taking for this as well. So in which the mass flow rate of that mass flow through that pipe, which is nothing but the mass of air, and the W1 and W2 is the respective value of their specific humidity of that two both condition. So with respect to these two, we can find out the specific humidity of that content. So now we are moving for the next our parameter, which is nothing but the ratio of humidity and degree, which is called as the degree of saturation. Degree of saturation, which shows by the notation mu. So mu, which is nothing but the humidity of moist air divided by humidity of moist saturated air, and that can be also calculated with respect to the specific humidity at dry air divided by the specific humidity at the saturation level. If you put the formula, the previous formula we have seen that 0.622, that PV divided by PT minus PV. If you put that formula in the above of this equation, and for the Ws, which is nothing but specific humidity condition, in that condition the formula is turned out to be 0.622, in which the saturation pressure, which were the vapor pressure is going to change with the saturation vapor pressure. Uh, so it will turn out to be P as P divided by total pressure minus PSV. So if you put this two formula in this equation, it will turn out to be phi in bracket total pressure minus saturation vapor pressure divided by the total pressure minus the vapor pressure. So this is how this is going to be done, and I have some result with me for uh, uh, the degree of saturation in this condition. If the phi value is 0, which is nothing but the mu value is 0, that shows that degree of saturation is 0. If the if the phi value, which is relative humidity value, is 50%, which shows that degree of saturation level, which will be less than the 50%, that's nothing but zero point 0.5. And for the phi is equal to 100%, which is nothing but the mu value is equal to 1, and mu is where the 100% of saturation were taking place, if the phi value is 100%. As we seen on the chart, how this specific relative humidity were changing with respect to the temperature and the location, and this mu value we are not going to draw on the chart, but you can find out with respect to the degree of saturation, nothing but the percentage of the saturation where taking place of that air. In simple manner, if you want to understand, that is nothing but the percentage of the moisture air present at mm, uh, at that moment in that water. So this is how we are going to see in the chart, and the chart, I have drawn the particular chart, which is nothing but the psychometric chart, and the chart which were drawn the different parameter, the same parameter we have seen previously, which we are drawn in this chart. But only thing is to understand how this chart is going to be drawn, and how to use to find out the condition with particular point. So this is the way you can find, and to understand the basic concept and a basic drawing of that chart, you have to take the one by one that process, one by one parameter, and to draw on that chart. So in that way, you will get to know, and you will afterward you will be familiar with that chart. So in the first condition, which first chart work in first case, as you see on this PDF, uh, on x-axis you are taking is the dry bulb temperature, which is moving from the left side to the right side, which is nothing but the temperature at the left side is 0, and it moves toward the right side. And the specific humidity, which is nothing but W value, which is moving from the uh, bottom of the right side to the top, which shows that the 0% of the humidity as at the bottom of that the cross section of that dry bulb temperature line, and the specific humidity line. So from there the humidity is going increase in the upward direction. And it also that in the left hand side, which shows the vapor pressure, and which is move in the y direction, as we see the as we seen in the uh, specific humidity. In the similar manner, the vapor pressure is also going to vary from the down to up. And the inclined line, which shows the phi equal to 1, which is nothing but the saturated condition, and phi is nothing but the relative humidity. So in this condition, the line shows there the saturation level were reached. The first in this first condition, the line, horizontal line which were drawn, which is nothing but in that line, the content of the water, at different temperature is remains same. If you move in the horizontal direction with respect to that horizontal line where the pressure vapor pressure is going to be same in that line, and also the specific humidity of that particular line throughout the line is going to be same. So this is how this relative humidity is drawn on the chart, and this line also can be represented as the vapor pressure of that at that moment. So now we are moving to the second case where we have to draw the dry bulb temperature. As we seen, the other parameter will be the remain same, only this line will become the vertical line in this condition, as we seen the previous which were denoted the mu value. In this condition we are going to denote the drivable temperature value, which is at the vertical line, and as we move from the left to right, the temperature is going to increase, and the temperature throughout that vertical line remains constant. That is nothing but when you take that line from the bottom of that chart to the top of that chart, throughout that line the temperature will remain constant. So this is how the tribal temperature line were drawn on the chart, and we are moving to the third case. In this third case, the relative humidity line were drawn. So in that condition, and the previously we seen that phi equal to one value, which is going to which is similar, that line is going to draw that incline line were drawn in the entire chart, and the entire chart is nothing but shows the relative humidity, which is denotation of the percentage of saturation, which is going to decrease from the phi equal to 1 to the dryable toward the dryable temperature line. So on the dryable temperature line, the saturation, the relative humidity is going to zero. That shows that the content of the water vapor is going to be zero on that line. But as you move from this the dryable temperature line to the saturation, the relative humidity line at one, it is going to increase slowly, line by line, and as you move from the left of that line to the right of that line, incline line, throughout the line, if you take the single line and you move with respect to the line, with respect to that particular line, so in that throughout that line the relative humidity will remains constant. Just taken as example that phi is equal to 0.4. So if you move anywhere from anywhere on that line, the relative humidity is going to remain same throughout that portion, line. And this is the one line I have drawn just right side to that the third condition, in which I have drawn the process which is moving uh, on that line. So in that line, the phi will be remains constant, but the dehumidification were taking place, because in that condition the moisture get collected, and uh, due to collection of that moisture, the dehumidification were taking place. Now we moving to the case 4. In the case 4, where enthalpy and wet bulb temperature line were drawn, but we are only thinking, we are talking about the enthalpy line first. So the line which was see on the curves line, which is nothing but the enthalpy scale. So enthalpy scale, that inclined line to this chart, uh, which is denoted the enthalpy at that particular line. So this is how the enthalpy is going to draw on this chart, and wet bulb temperature line. It has a small deviation between the enthalpy line and wet bulb temperature line. So in the on the chart, it will take the same, but it has a small, very small difference between these two lines. But for simplification to draw this chart, we have taken as the same line for the enthalpy and the wet bulb temperature. Similarly, this another line is the humidity line, specific humidity line, which is nothing but the uh, vapor pressure line, and which can be, these two line will be the same, and in these two condition, these two parameter will remains the same. uh, Now, as we seen the all parameter we have drawn on this chart, and we have went through the each and every process, how this process is going to draw on that chart. So the process which we have seen and the six condition, if you combine this whole thing together, then the psychometric chart is going to be present, and with respect to that chart, we are going to find out the particular location of that condition. So in this way we are going to uh, search this, and uh, so I'll explain this all those condition, how to draw on the how to perform or draw, and how it going to represent on that chart. So the chart which is visible at the screen, which is nothing but the chart for the psychometric calculation. This chart is used to find out the process we are taking place on this device. So you have to understand, and you, you have seen the particular parameter, how it vary with respect to that, and this is how it is going to be represent, and it will be easiest to find out with respect to this. So the first we are moving to the red line, which is nothing but the dry bulb temperature line. So this is the vertical line which is shows the 40 dry bulb temperature, which is passing through this point, and it moved to the top. That throughout this point, the temperature of dry bulb temperature at this point, the point which is combination uh, of all the line, that point we are going to find out the parameter. So at this point, the temperature of the dry bulb is going to be the 40 degrees Celsius. Now we move to the second parameter, which is nothing but which is denoted in the green line, and which is nothing but the enthalpy and wet bulb temperature. So first we are going to move with the enthalpy. So second line, which is written in, which is represent as the green line, and the point from which you can draw the inclined line toward the enthalpy scale. So here you can see the value of enthalpy at that point is become 65 kilojoule per kg, kilojoule divided by kg of dry air. This is the enthalpy of that particular point with respect to that point, and if you want to find out the dry wet bulb temperature in this condition for this particular line, so you have to move with this enthalpy line, and where the point is going to cut this saturation line. So from that point, you have to draw the vertical line. So here the green portion of that line is going to cut the saturation line at this point. So from that point, we are going to draw the vertical line to the bottom on the dry bulb temperature line. So once you reach at the bottom dry bulb temperature line, you can say see it is in the between 20 to 25, and which shows nothing but the 22 degrees Celsius temperature. This 22 degrees Celsius is nothing but the wet bulb temperature of that particular point at that moment. So now we are moving to the second another parameter, which has been drawn in the yellow form. So that yellow line, which is nothing but the moisture content, and also called as the specific humidity line, and first, we see that on the chart, which has been drawn in the horizontal line, which are drawn in this point, the kg of kg of moisture divided by kg of in the kg of dry air. So, which is nothing but the 0.009. This is the relative humidity of that particular point. And for the same point, if you want to find out the dew point temperature, so you have to move with the same specific humidity line toward the saturation line, and where the saturation vapor line is going to cut that yellow line. So from that line you have to draw the vertical line, which is cut the dry bulb temperature line at the bottom. So here it cut in between the 10 to 15, and if you find out uh, then the temperature at that particular point, which is nothing but the 12 degrees Celsius of dew point temperature. So as we seen, the previously the dry bulb temperature was 40. Now, afterward we see the wet bulb temperature is 22, and now we see the dew point temperature, which is 12. According to the chart, according to the previous notation, we have seen that in the unsaturated condition, one unsaturated condition is nothing but the graph you can see on this chart, whatever content is in between the chart is nothing but unsaturated portion of that. Once you move to the left of that, phi is equal to one line, which is the saturation portion of the chart. And this is how you can find out the dew point temperature. Now we move to the another parameter, purple. Purple line really, which shows the relative humidity. The relative humidity, which we have denoted in the form of phi, and which is moved from the this phi equal to 100 to this inclination line. Whatever the inclination line you see, this is for the 90%, 80%, 40%. So this is how it is going to decrease, and for the particular line, this. So here the percentage pi value is 20. So throughout this purple line, which is drawn on this chart, and with respect to this particular point, the phi value is 20. Now we are moving to the another parameter, which is specific value volume. But the specific volume mostly never used to ask with respect to this, and this is has been drawn, which is nothing but in the blue line. And another is another which is drawn in the brown, enthalpy deviation, which is also not going to be asked in the exam gate examination, but it can be drawn in the this line, brown line. And another process we are going to see in the next lecture, where we see the different process which were taking place, and how that process is going to drawn on the chart, and the how this humidification, dehumidification, this is going to be done with respect to these processes. So see you in the next lecture.